That was a pretty meaty clap.
Yeah.
All right, cheers.
Eat them up.
Yes, sir.
Drink them up. All right. That is 3 times now. I've tried to almost. I mean, I've held in my spit. Oh.
Wait, what?
I'm happy for you.
I've had fluid in my mouth, and you guys just made me laugh.
What did you do? You're like,
I hit my bowl. That's what
oh
happened.
my gosh, bro.
Sure,
And that's like
blame it on the bowl.
I forget what kind of glass that's called, but it's like really like thin.
Porcelain.
No, it's
This
not
is
that. It was
not
like
thin
bone.
glass.
No, we're talking about the bowl.
Oh,
the bowl.
yeah.
Which
That's.
Joey's eating ramen. We are all eating ramen before this.
Yep.
Yeah. I was the only one that didn't finish.
Yeah, but dude, you get so distracted though. Like more distracted than me, I feel like.
That's because I like doing things while I eat.
I mean, me too, but
like,
I
I
feel
always-
like yours is like times 10.
Because
type of
no,
deal.
Jacob, no, you don't. Because you eat downstairs with your family. I eat in my room.
That is true. Yeah. So you
So-
kind of eat in your own time.
Yeah, and I'm like always doing stuff. But anyways,
Yeah. Well, that was an interesting intro.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah.
love it. But how's it going, guys? Welcome to the new episode. My name's Jacob. I'm gonna be one of your hosts today. I'm here joined with my man's Joey Joseph. He goes by
Joseph.
many names. What's today's name, man?
Today's name we're gonna go with Jay.
In the back of my mind, I'm like, yeah, this man about to say Jay because he got
Jay.
nothing.
I got nothing.
well, so I'm also here joined with my, Nick, this guy over here.
Saw dudes and dudettes.
Oh, see, okay, now you can always rely. He knows what to say. Now,
He's
Joey,
very consistent.
yeah, he's very consistent. He's a very
like it.
consistent fella.
I am lost in life.
Well, yeah. Oh, yikes! I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Well,
At least I got my Martinelli's.
yeah.
Alright.
All right. Well, how y'all doing? How y'all doing this week?
I mean, honestly,
Honestly,
I'm feeling
yeah,
very
honestly.
hopeful.
Yeah. What does that mean? Explain.
I'm just
Expound on that.
I'm very smiley.
Well, actually, smile. Don't put on a fake smile, man.
I
No.
gotta show you guys how happy I am.
Joker smile right there.
Nick,
Yeah, that's
doesn't
what I was
Nick
just
have a
thinking.
really good smile?
Yeah, Nick. Yeah,
But look-
yeah. No.
Why
that-
don't you show your teeth more?
It's a genuine smile. Like,
Because
he
I'm
needs to
very
show-
shy about teeth.
Well, look at my teeth.
that's fair.
But my smile is very gummy. Like you can.
Yeah.
you
No,
know,
mine is super gummy too.
And
Yeah. Like that's why I'm like.
Nick
But-
Nick has a great smile.
No, yeah. Hey, Nick, smile again.
Smile for the camera though.
Yeah.
look at that.
Nick, smile.
we
Come
need,
on,
we
man.
need to
Everyone
get a
just smile.
pan. We need to get a pan in on that face.
Everyone just smile and don't say anything for like the next 10 seconds. Make it awkward. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. Just keep silence. Okay, now we're gonna restart. I'm just kidding. We're not
Yeah, Nick,
restarting.
you made it awkward.
Yeah, no, Nick,
Anyways,
come
I'm
on,
Sorry,
dude.
I
Oh.
can't smile and not laugh.
No,
Sugar
oh my
cookies.
gosh. Sure. What?
Sugar
Oh yeah,
cookies.
sugar cookies. You know what I'm saying?
I
Come
don't
on.
know if you guys have
Frosted,
ever had these.
frosted too.
Okay,
Come on
never
now.
mind. You guys have definitely had these.
No,
but
everyone knows what these are.
if
Even
they
if you're,
don't,
like,
then
even if you're in Antarctica, they probably got the frozen version of this, man. They probably got
it
some ice.
says frosted on the box.
Or they might just grab
They're-
some ice.
They're from the
They
North
kind of
Pole.
melt it a little bit and then put some snow on top of it and then put like some like little icicle things as sprinkles.
You sound like an elf.
And
All right, so
okay.
I'm now our host because you know what? I felt like it.
Okay. Well, I mean, nowadays, that works. So, you
Yeah.
know, there you go. I just threw a
So-
rapper at you.
I
By the way, I like your haircut. Hey, everyone, hold on. Everyone, this
did-
man
I
got
did
a
get-
haircut.
Ooh.
did get a fresh lineup
Yes, sir. Yes,
at
sir.
the Great Clips.
I love it.
Yes, sir. The great clips. I mean, guarantee. Hey, look, we all got our
Great
places.
Clips is okay.
Wait, hold on. Do you have like a certain person that you like?
Yes.
Okay, so you at
There's
least
a
have like a
couple.
barber.
There's a couple people at the one that's local to me. That do a pretty consistent job. So,
So is it one or two people?
there's like
You don't just go to one
there's like
person?
two or three. There's like two or three that are like
So you-
usually really good. But they
Oh,
they,
shoot, so
they
you just
have
go
my
to other
they
people.
have like my what I usually get on file. So it's not anything hard. It's just usually like a trim. So
Yeah.
And they just put my most recent, which is this guy, on file, and I think this is like one of my favorite cuts I've ever gotten. So I think I'm.
Have you
gonna-
ever gotten like a fade on the sides?
Yeah, I've done fades. I've done everything. Like every time I've gone, I've gotten something different.
Okay.
And
'Cause I don't remember the fade, to be honest. I don't know if I was like if we really knew each other then. I mean, knew each
Yeah.
other, but we never like really talked. I think I was like back in middle school
Yeah.
or early high school for real.
I haven't done a fade in a while, but
I'm curious to see how that is.
yeah.
I mean, I'd be curious, but I like your haircut, man. I like
There's
your
like
haircut.
I think they use like a little stopper thing that
Yeah.
leaves an inch on the sides and then
Yeah.
took like a inch or two off the top. So I mean,
Yep.
it worked out pretty well. But anyways, I'm gonna pull up my notes
Okay. Well, no, yeah.
Well,
because I completely forgot to do that.
I guess I had a good week then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah. Like, how you doing? How's your week? How's your week been?
It was a pretty steady week, although towards the end, I really wanted to punch someone right in the face.
Nice violence. We promote that here in this
Dude,
podcast. I'm just kidding. Don't
Yeah, don't punch
please
people
don't.
in the face. That's why I said I wanted to, but I didn't.
Right, because guess what, guys? We are mature adults here, and we can show what is that called? Self-discipline,
Self-control.
self-control. That's what it is. So I'm tired, guys.
See, this is why I'm the host now.
Well, no,
And
no,
I'm in the
see-
middle
see,
of the table. Why do we not have the host in the middle of the table?
That is true.
Even if
I mean,
you s-
I'm kind of like the audio guy right now because like I'm
the
just like, I
audio
have the
guy can
headphones.
sit in the middle of the table. That is like you're probably closer.
Yeah,
to
yeah, but
laptop.
the thing is, no, come from experience. Obviously, it's really hard being the host and the audio guy. There's a lot of pressure on you. I'm just. Kinda,
You were already the host.
I'm
look.
just being sarcastic. Damn,
Well,
man.
I stole your face.
Yeah,
What?
ASDF movies. Have you ever seen that? Go shout out to ASDF. I forgot who created those, but ASDF movies. Look it up online. Classic.
Also, shout out to Cole Bennett.
Facts. Okay, so if you don't know, well, so we have a TV right there, right? And originally, before this, we had this certain artist.
We
named
had Yeet music
Yeet.
videos
I was
playing.
yeah okay. I was about to say that, but I was saying it eloquently.
No.
I hope I forget this day. I hope. I hope I forget this day.
Here on the Average Joe's podcast, we drink to forget.
And we're drinking sparkling cider. We're not even drinking nothing.
Look at apple juice.
Friggin'. Yeah. So Cole Bennett is just elite.
He's-
I don't remember which song or video, music
we're
video
watching
he had,
Get
but
Busy.
It was it Get Busy?
We're watching
And that was
Get
the one he
Busy.
shot on his iPhone.
It might not have been that one, but I don't know. He's incredible. Like,
Yeah.
Mm.
Literally, I think he's like 25.
Yeah, he's
26,
young. I mean,
He dropped out of college to pursue this, but he
That's-
like was really smart though, because there's a lot of ways to mess that up. Because I mean, like the thing is like you gotta know how to market yourself. You gotta know how to. I mean, first off, he has a whole freaking company, Lyrical Lemonade, by the way. I do believe that he started and is the CEO of that company.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, if you're unfamiliar with like Cole Bennett, Yeet, and Lyrical Lemonade, Yeet is a rapper. Cole Bennett is a videographer. Lyrical Lemonade really does videos for up and coming artists or new artists. A lot. They did a hella shit for Juice World.
Yep.
They do a lot of stuff for. They did I do believe they did Whipski with Snot and shoot, who else was on that song? I forgot. Oh, they do hella stuff. Just look them up and you get to see all the stuff they've been doing.
Yeah.
I
I was just
mad respect
fascinated.
to
Yeah, I was just fascinated by like the playlist we were going through, and one of the videos was like shot on iPhone. I was like, what?
yeah. I think it's like 80% of this was shot on iPhone.
Yeah.
And I mean, I could definitely see it though, because you can get some
You can do
really good stuff.
You can do a lot with an iPhone.
Yeah.
But
It's. I mean, I don't know how to do. I mean, I like photography a lot, but I don't know how to do that. That's pretty.
Nick could probably tell you
Insane.
something about that. But
Actually, I did realize there are two, maybe even more types of photography. There's general photography where it's just you're taking pictures of landscapes and just touching them up in Lightroom. But I think the other one is like photography artist or something like that, where that is where you take the picture and take it into Photoshop and manipulate it to however you want.
Yeah.
so using an iPhone can definitely be like viable in that sense. You know, getting a shot and then just editing it afterward.
I
Well,
mean,
that would
yes,
just be
but-
general photography.
Yeah.
It's not like you could add mountains into the
No,
background.
yeah,
or
no,
just
of course not.
I mean, you could. I mean, if you go into Photoshop, and
Some
be
of the
like,
stuff-
I can do that.
Yeah,
on
like-
iPhone.
if I use Photoshop on an iPhone, no. But if I go on my like desktop and then I
Yeah.
actually have a shot on the iPhone, I could just get a random picture of some mountains and then just color grade it, and then just blend in.
Yeah,
That's it. I've done
Yeah.
that before. you
like
know.
it's One of them's photo manipulation, and one of them's like just touching up.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
pretty much the
yeah.
only difference. I actually tend to do more of the manipulation. I just find that fun, and it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Manipulation is just so I just because touching up, yeah, like you're making the photo look aesthetically a little bit better. But I feel like photo manipulation, there's a lot more to it, and I feel like that you can do so much more with it.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I don't feel like it. There is so much more you can do with it. I mean, you can add whatever you want. You can warp whatever you want. You can add textures that weren't even there. I've literally created planets like Mercury, Neptune, all that. But like posters, I'm about to be selling online, but I'll create them
Right.
all from scratch. But literally, I've shown them to everybody. Like not everybody. I've shown it to like many friends and family, and they're like, "That's a really good photo." And I'm like, "Well, that's not a photo. Like that's like the poster."
Right.
You know, like they think it's a photo of the planet, but all I did was I just used a circle. I just blended it into the background,
Yeah.
put some effects, or not effects really as much as just literally photos of texture, like asphalt or some shit.
oh yeah,
And then just
yeah.
blend it in, and then use gradients to get a light on the other side, all that stuff. Like there's a ton you can do. You can literally make something look realistic out of literally
Yeah.
nothing.
a circle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally a circle. Like I
go-
just have it
yeah.
colored, and then that's it.
So pretty much going back to Lyrical Lemonade.
But yeah,
That's
yeah.
pretty much what he or at least from watching his videos, he does a lot of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, he does a
So,
lot.
Um.
He does a lot of photo manipulation. I mean, but more so video manipulation that
Yeah.
turns into. He has some like photo manipulation. I know he does that. Some of that.
Very impressive stuff for
Yes.
such a
young age.
young talent. Right?
Well, I think that a lot of times. I mean, you gotta think about it. Nowadays, you have so many. I mean, more now than ever in the history of time. We have more young people becoming six figures to millionaires at the age of like 20.
yeah.
Like they're not even a legal adult and they're already making a bag. Like, I mean, like for instance, one of the biggest things I think a lot of people would know now is, I mean, TikTok. There have been hella
Right.
new people that have been making a bag. No, I mean, they got pretty famous off of TikTok, but then afterwards they started, if they were really, really smart, they branded off into other things. So like a lot of them I know, like I think like Addison Rae and Charlie. I think those are the two biggest.
And it
They have like their own makeup stuff right now.
Yeah,
Like
and
they got hella stuff now. It's like, but they're making a bag because
And
they have a
it's
CEO
like-
of their own company.
it's almost like regardless of profession or like whatever you do, like TikTok can blow you up.
Yeah.
And that shows I think the most in the music industry. It's kind of like almost known that TikTok can definitely make something out of nothing
Yeah.
artist wise, but I mean that like I feel like I don't have TikTok downloaded. I don't use it.
Yeah,
but
Yeah, I
From
think
what
we all
I kn-
stated that in the first
yeah,
episode. Something.
from what I know.
Not me. I have it.
Okay, but from what I
Alright.
know, Yeet was huge on TikTok for a while, and what? What?
I don't know. So wait, he actually blew up on TikTok?
Get busy.
Before he got.
Yeah, get busy. Sorry about that. Like those were huge.
I
on
didn't know that.
TikTok.
I actually didn't know that. I mean, good,
So,
I don't keep up with TikTok.
Yeah, but I do have my notes pulled up now.
yeah.
We have a couple topics to talk about under
Yeah,
the
we
whole.
wanted to, highlight. We wanted to
wa-
get those discussed.
Right, exactly, and we kind of touched on this a little bit towards the end of the last episode.
Yeah.
But we wanted to dive a little bit deeper into our relationships. And
Wow.
Or lack thereof.
oh,
Ooh.
Hmm?
Now you posed a pretty good point. You posed okay. Porque. I don't know. What does that mean, porque?
Why?
Why?
Or
Why?
because?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
said
Well,
where.
that's all I. Isn't that donde? Donde's where?
¿Dónde está
Where?
la biblioteca?
La yeah, that's the only line I remember with that.
Me amo la biblioteca.
Nice. Your name
Your
is a
name is
library.
library.
You're
Wow.
really dull, man.
That's-
I got
Alright.
that one from Zach and Cody.
You must be smart. Alright.
Mm.
Well,
Well, and the question, and going back to like the topic that we wanted to discuss, we really want, I think, and correct me if I'm don't correct me if I'm wrong. Just let
Oh,
me
trust
be wrong.
me, we will.
Okay, well,
I'll correct
fuck you.
Don't worry.
Okay, great. So the question that we kind of like really want to also answer is that when is the best time to actually date?
Yeah.
Because like, I mean, we're all young, you know what I'm saying, but we've all had our fair share with relationships. We're not like, oh yeah, I've only had one relationship that has lasted for about a few months. I mean, I know for me personally, I've been in two. I've been in two relationships. Each one lasting for at least a year. First one lasting for a year. The second one lasting for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
I know. With you were going through your thing about like a year. That was going on for like a straight year, right, or close to it, right, or over.
It was only 4 months.
Yeah.
Oh, was it only 4 months?
It was really.
Oh,
only
but the
4
drama
months.
was like. But wasn't it like y'all was like playing? We'll get to that. We'll get to that. We'll get
Yeah,
to that. We'll get to that.
it's complicated.
It's a story, but
That's a whole
we'll
story.
leave it.
But we'll leave that for another. Well, not for another time, but probably even like later on in this episode
Yeah.
where you get to talk about that. But, yeah, if you want
Yeah.
to start off, I don't
So-
even know. So I got it on my phone.
Nick, I'm gonna ask you
All right.
because I think you know what you want to say about this question. Jacob already kind of
Yeah.
Answered it, yeah.
When do you think is the best time to date, ideally?
Oh, shoot. Okay. Yeah.
So I remember the other day I gave you guys an answer, and I kind of changed that since then.
Okay.
My real
Oh.
answer is I think either when you're out of high school or maybe later in college.
Okay.
So, like, you mean like you graduated high school and like you're basically that's one of the times you're talking about like you just graduated and then you're ready to date type of deal.
Maybe not right after. There is some growing time right after high school where you kind of learn how to become your own person. I think once that time is up and you truly have figured out who you are, that's when you can start looking.
So, and do you have anything to say? Because I'm about to ask a question. I might.
No, go for it.
All right. How would you know? How would you? So I think you've experienced the whole like, oh, I feel like I'm ready. Like after high school, you said there was a period where you have to kind of grow up, basically,
Yeah.
right? Or grow up at least a little bit. Because I mean, growing up happens over years, not months. But how would you say that you know? Like, how did you know when you were ready? When you had that period, or have you not had that yet? And why?
I personally still don't think I'm ready yet, and it's not due to personal reasons. I've finished up all of that. It's like I've gone
Yeah.
through depression and anxiety, and I've pretty much conquered it for all I know.
That's what's up. Come on now.
But another thing that helps you when you're like finding yourself is learning pretty much what you want to do in life and pursuing that.
Mm.
And yeah, pretty much as you're doing that, just trying not to make sure that anything's getting in the way of that per se, if you get my feel.
Yeah, yeah. So then, so
basically,
it's career
just to-
focused.
yeah. So sum it up
Yeah.
like career focus and like grind comes first.
Well, okay. So then let's say this. Let's say this. If you have, let's say right now. What's the
bro?
point?
good, bro?
What?
Don't even worry about it.
Okay, all right. We're just gonna. I don't know what the heck you've been doing. This is the second time we just started laughing, bro. Out of the blue. I don't know what's going on. What you playing in your mind or something like that?
There's something playing.
Oh no, I don't want to know. Okay, so, well, okay. So let me go back to my question before we go down that rabbit hole. So
There's a hole.
okay.
I was looking at his face, and I was just like, okay.
I was not
he's
gonna
about
look
to
because
laugh.
if I looked, I know I would have laughed. I know I
Yeah.
would have laughed.
Right.
But so let's just say this. Let's say next. So, if you had a career, like right now, you had a job, right, and let's say you're a videographer for some company, right?
Yeah.
Would you then say, okay, I'm ready to date? Like, let's say you've been in that job for 1 month or 2 months, right? You're new at that job though,
Mhm.
but you have a job, right? You're getting paid salary pay. You're getting paid like 60 grand, let's say. That's the average, right?
I
For
don't
like
know.
that's just the average. I think U.S. salary for start off it's like 60, 70 grand, right? So let's
Yeah.
just say you start at like 65 or 60, whatever. Would you say you're ready to date? Would you be saying, okay, yeah, like I think that if I want to date right now, I think I'm ready, right? Like let's get the idea that I don't want to date during this time. Like let's get that out of the way. Would you feel like you're ready to date?
Another step I would think about is how much money do I have, and
Yeah.
because the main point of dating is to find the person you're gonna marry.
Yes.
Should be.
But yeah, it
Should
should be.
be.
Should be.
Yeah, should.
That really should be the reason, not the main reason. I think there should be the reason.
Yeah,
You know
and
what I'm saying?
you're trying to find that person, and one thing about being married is living a sustainable, I guess, life with that person.
Hmm.
And I think another thing that adds to the whole relationship thing is, could you be able to, or do you have enough money to not only sustain yourself, but also sustain your partner in some cases, not all cases, but just
Yeah.
a little bit? If you can live on your own and you're your own person and you have a job
Mhm.
that is constantly giving you money, I think at that point, yeah, go for it.
So basically, what you're saying is that you're financially stable.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're financially stable not only for yourself, like you're not living a paycheck to paycheck. You got some money left over,
Mm-hmm.
which that means you could probably use that to help support somebody else if need be.
So
Yeah.
in summary, Nick is kind of giving us a logistical approach. Like, you want to have other things in your life set straight.
Yeah.
Finances,
Emotional,
job,
emotional state, mental state.
emotionally, I'll dive a little bit deeper into
Yeah.
that. But
Oh, we will.
yeah, but I kind of like this approach of like, prepare yourself physically and like financially, all those other different aspects.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Not just be mature enough to be in a relationship.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that is huge.
Well, and I
Like,
think that
you know,
emotional and maturity they go alongside each other.
emotional
definitely.
maturity. Like,
I
that,
mean,
you
yeah,
know,
maturity. I mean, definitely, like, just is. I think kind of all around. You have a better mental state. You're able to handle more emotionally, because
Yeah.
again, you just I don't know what it is, but it's just you're more mature, so you have a better way of handling things rather than when you're in high school. You just most people handle most things like shit, like me.
yeah,
So
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
same here,
saying?
buddy.
yeah. Well, I mean, that's the average high school, to be honest. But I mean, hey, listen, we all grow, and we all are not proud of everything we do, but
Yeah.
yeah, we all grow in the end. Well, at least that's the hope. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I think for me, it's kind of interesting because, like, obviously, I think all of us have dated in high school.
Yes,
Yep.
yes, I have. That
Okay.
was
Yeah.
my first relationship. So.
It's kind of interesting because most people, like, once out of high school, tend to think it's a bad idea.
Really?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Wait, what?
I'd say that
Really?
most people would regret relationships in high school.
Okay. That yes, I agree with that. I agree with
Mhm.
that. I thought you were talking about like most people think that once they're out of high school, it's they're not keen at the idea of dating in college, basically.
No, keen of the idea of dating back in high school.
Okay,
So-
yeah, I agree with that. I agree
So, I actually disagree with that. Because it's just like anything else you do. You have to do it
with that. In
to
order get
learn
experience.
it
Yeah.
and to become experienced in it. And it is, it takes some sort of skill and maturity to be able to handle a relationship.
Yeah.
Especially, Nick was talking about, you should be looking to find the person that you want to marry eventually,
Yeah.
or the person that you want to be with. And
For the rest of your life,
if you don't
hopefully.
date, or if you don't experiment, or if you don't get experience in dating,
It's gonna be
or
harder.
with a partner, like, you're gonna have a tough time because you're not
Yeah.
gonna know some things. There's some things that'll catch you off guard. And,
Yeah.
I
can agree with it. And actually, hearing that, I'm actually going to change my point because I actually agree with what you're saying. Because, I mean, for me, I'll keep it short for right now, but there is a part of me that does regret dating in high school
Yeah.
just because, I just will say this, it wasn't,
it's rough.
it was not good.
Yeah.
But, looking back though, I'm like, I wish I did not date, but at the same time, I'm glad I did because I gained experience,
Mhm.
which then further helped me to handle a lot more things in
Down
my
the road,
second
yeah.
relationship, which the first relationship was, no, it just,
Messy.
it was, messy. That's a good word. Second relationship definitely was much, much better. I mean, it was like a complete 180 difference
Right.
from my first relationship. And there are obviously things that, I'm just going to speak for myself. And in this instance, I think I could have improved on certain things, a little more communication, stuff like that. But again, it's learning experiences. I think that's a good point that you posed. I think that's a good point you posed.
Yeah.
The best way to, mature emotionally is to almost, I would say, be vulnerable and put yourself in a position to be hurt.
Yep.
And obviously being young and experiencing that is like, I mean, you don't know what you're doing when you're in high school.
Yeah, no,
Nope.
you don't at all.
You're going to be very vulnerable in that state
Yep.
of being young and immature.
Yep.
And so I would say coming out of that first relationship, there's a lot you can learn from it.
Yeah.
And
I agree with that.
Maybe like you're not, even if you're not instantly able to recognize your faults.
Yep.
Or things that could have gone differently, down the road, you will have that experience with you.
Yes.
And that to me is very important.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and you were going to say something, Nick.
Yeah, I was going to carry off what you said. You, Jacob, said kind of a thing of you do and do not regret dating in high school.
Yes.
Honestly, after my high school relationship, I did definitely regret it at the time. But
yeah.
as I got out of high school, figured myself out, I realized it was actually a necessary experience for me.
Yes, yeah.
Because unlike what Hallmark, the channel, and the greeting card company says, you're the first person you go out with most likely may not be the one.
No, I can guarantee you it's not going to be the one.
I mean, screw odds, right? Like,
yeah,
it's probably just not gonna happen. Like,
realistically, it's just not. I mean, the thing is like you said with Hallmark, it's funny you say that because I wasn't even thinking about that until now. My parents used to watch like Hallmark movies.
Oh, thank goodness it wasn't just mine.
Yeah, no, my parents used to watch it, and they liked it. They knew it was cheesy. You know what I'm saying? Like they knew it was totally unrealistic.
It's the same exact plot over and over again.
Well, it is because here's the thing. So here's the fantasy that a lot of people want, right? And it's a good fantasy. I'm not gonna lie, but it's not realistic.
Which is why it's a fantasy.
Yeah, exactly. Usually, both are really well set. They are always living in a pretty large house, actually, like larger than their average house. Like you'd be seeing, like they'd be living in like the kind of countryside a lot of times. They'd be having like 1 to 2 acres. Their house is like
freaking huge. It's like a mansion in each movie.
Unnecessarily large.
Yeah, and it's super super tidy. Like it's unnecessarily tidy. But now that's on both ends, right?
Yeah.
Now, so first off, that's unrealistic. The average person's not going to have a house like that, and that's fine. You don't have to be happy in order to have a big, or you don't have to be happy to have like a big house. You can just be like,
to have a big house to be happy.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah. I knew I was saying it wrong, but I was just done trying to correct myself. But realistically, that's not the case. And then here's what happens: the two meet, and like you said, they have a rough patch. That rough patch is, I don't know what the rough patches are.
They bump into each other and spill a cup of coffee. That is literally 90% of the things.
Yeah, probably.
I will say like they have like a little bit of like in the climax of the story, right? That middle part where the most happens, this big thing happens and they split, or they don't split, but they have like tension.
It's mostly a misunderstanding.
Yeah,
it's always a misunderstanding.
Yeah, that was a pretty good sound effect. But and then they like get back together almost like immediately, like nothing ever happened. And I mean,
that is
realistically,
that's totally unrealistic.
Well, it's yes and no. I'm gonna say some personal experience that I've had, especially my second relationship. I had some rough patches, but they would last for weeks. Like it wouldn't be days. It would be weeks. Like it'd be like a month will go by. We're still in this like little rough patch, right? But then at that point, like we just again communicate and then we go back together. I don't think that's unrealistic. However, the live happily ever after idea that Hallmark gives,
and Disney and a lot of
a lot of companies, they idealize the whole topic of marriage and they portray that it's always going to be good. Like even with that rough patch during dating, you're going to get married and you live happily ever after.
Yeah, and I feel
50% of marriages end in divorce.
Right, and like That's really
That's
sad.
that's 1 out of 2 people, 1 out of 2 couples. I mean,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
like they're gonna end in divorce.
It's
That's insanely high.
It's 53% end in divorce. That's
That's-
under half.
Or that's
End
over
in-
half. That's over half.
No,
53%.
under half end in a happily ever after.
Oh, okay.
Like
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
is that's really sad.
No, yeah, that is what I said. But see, but that's the thing. I don't like it when when Hallmark and all these other companies will idealize and make fantasies over what a woman should do and a man should do in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
That's young people are impressionable.
Yeah.
They are impressionable.
I was
That's why.
just about to start talking about this.
Yeah, like they're impressionable. So now when you get into Hallmark, Disney, whatever else, if me as a young kid am watching this, even if I'm like 13 years old, I mean that's still hella young. You know
Oh,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, it's that they start to, and especially movies too. Movies will also have the idealized relationship. I cannot name you something. I did actually a whole presentation on this in my first year of college. I remember this. And basically it will set in their mentality, they're going to think that's what a man should do. That's what a woman should do.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, that can be extremely toxic because men aren't perfect. Women aren't perfect. And they're not, especially not perfect. And the relationships in themselves are not perfect like they are in the movies.
Right.
And the female, like a lot of times in a lot of these relationship movies, either you have really 1 or 2 instances. One, the woman is a stay-at-home mom and the man goes
Right.
out and work.
Right.
Right. Now, nowadays, a lot of women, and listen, I'm all for it. I mean, if you want to work, go to work. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of women nowadays are now saying, like, okay, like we want to work. Like, we want to work full time. But now
Right.
there's certain stereotypes, though, that men and women will think as young kids, like, oh, the woman has to stay in the house. Oh, the man has to do this. The man has to buy all this stuff.
Right.
A lot of times the men are buying the woman gifts constantly. And
Yeah.
sometimes they be pretty expensive gifts.
Right.
Like they'll be over $100, but he be pulling out the $100 like every single week, buying her a new set of whatever.
Because they
Right.
think that's what it takes to hold a relationship, is to constantly buy things for them.
Well, yeah, it's not. I don't know if the average woman really thinks like. I don't think the average woman thinks like, oh, a man should be buying me gifts 24/7. But I will say this though, I have seen and I've met some people like that, and I'm like, interesting.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not gonna judge. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna judge. You're not me. I'm not part of your life like that. So I'm not gonna like really do nothing about it. You do you want to be how you want to be. That's fine. I'm not gonna try to change you or anything like that. I personally don't agree with the whole fact that a man or a woman should be giving gifts constantly 24/7 to their partner. I don't believe in that.
Well,
I mean, I believe
that's
that definitely
fine.
gift. Like, definitely, I get gifts from my girlfriend. I don't have a girlfriend right now because I choose not to be in a relationship. But I'll give my girlfriend gifts most certainly. I definitely did that.
Right.
But I couldn't do it every week.
right.
And I couldn't be getting her expensive gifts too. I know some people who want they get something like with Prada. They want a Prada bag. They want it's a Gucci purse. I don't know, whatever. Right.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think anybody should be demanding that, male or female. I don't think anybody should be demanding
Oh,
gifts
absolutely
and
not.
saying, oh, give me a gift when we're not having sex type of
Gifts
deal.
are fine as long as the relationship is not materialistic. You want
I
to
do agree.
avoid a materialistic friendship, relationship,
Anything.
anything like that.
Because at that point, they're not out for you. They're not with you for you. They're with you for the money.
Not only that,
And anything
it just shows that they are not
Selfish.
really interested in you.
Yeah, selfish.
Yeah.
That's all it is. I mean, just say how it is. When people are materialistic, to the point where it's like, I mean, yeah, we're all materialistic. You, me, everybody
We
here.
like to have stuff.
We like to
Yeah.
have stuff. But then there's materialistic where it's to the nth degree where it's like, I need this, I need that, I need this. Otherwise, I'm going to throw a temper tantrum, basically.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, there are people like that are in relationships, male and female. That's just like, why?
Yeah.
Like, well, like what? Like, I mean, granted, hey, listen. Go find yourself a sugar daddy, sugar mama, whatever. They'll get you gifts for a little bit of whatever, some pleasure or whatever, right? I mean, go find yourself go find
Right.
yourself that person. Like there are plenty of guys out there. Like there are rich old men that really be like they're sugar
They
daddies,
would be
man.
happy to buy you stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like seriously. I mean that's the thing. Like that's a pretty big thing. I mean, it's not uncommon, or maybe it is uncommon and not as common, but it's definitely known out there by a majority of people that
Yeah.
it's like, hey, like there are people that literally are sugar mamas and sugar daddies that will attract these people, these materialistic people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That's the thing. I mean, do I agree with it? Not entirely.
another thing you see in movies.
I'm not gonna lie. I haven't seen that one as much in movies, but I'm not like that kind of movie watcher.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not like that. But
It's
give me
something
an
I
example.
have-
Give me an example. Like,
It's something I have seen in movies before.
where it's like
Yeah,
you see a
it's-
lot of like younger girls with older men because
Yeah.
they're rich. I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. I can see that. I mean that happens in real life. So I mean,
Right.
it happens in movies probably. It wouldn't happen. But I mean, like Nick, do you know like anything about this topic? I don't know. I haven't talked to you much about this like beyond podcasts or anything like that. I'm just curious to see.
I haven't really experienced anything like that, but I know it's something like if I were to be in a relationship and the girl did want like gifts and stuff from me all the time, I couldn't do that. It's like
Yeah,
I
no.
have to save up
No.
money for myself. I kind of just find it really unattractive. It
Yeah.
kind of shows a part of their
Yeah.
heart that is like, oh, red flag
Yeah.
type of thing.
Well,
Yeah.
and so actually, there is a video I just saw recently. I'm trying to find it, but I don't think I will, to be honest. It was an example where, I can't find it. I'm like scrolling through, and I'm like not seeing nothing. Ironically, these are all the same, literally the same freaking like titles and everything. Okay, anywho, there was a video. There was this British couple, and the guy, very successful man. He was like 27 years old, 28 years old, dating a 24-year-old. Now, the 28-year-old, again, successful entrepreneur, he's making easily 6 figures. That's what he
Yeah.
said. He didn't obviously give how much he makes, but he's making 6 figures. And 6 figures that's like I forgot what percentage that was, but you're basically in a tax bracket that's not being met by the majority of people in the entire world.
Yeah.
Like you are in the
Yeah.
5% type of deal or less,
Yeah.
which is crazy. So, but if you're making he was making 6 figures, right? But he was dating this 24-year-old woman, and she was very materialistic. She was like, I want this, I want that, I want to go here, I want to do this, I want to do that, right? And they're all like, again, this is typical. Okay, I want the Prada this, I want Gucci, I want Balenciaga this, like all clothing and stuff like that. Okay, I want to take trips. And the thing is that her man just recently paid $800 for a freaking purse, Gucci purse, right? And a little bit before that, he was paid for a really nice vacation down in Paris, thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
In the end, in the past like month, he said he spent, I don't know, like a good few thousand at least.
Yeah.
But she's expecting that to be like constant. And that's the thing. So she was expecting it to be a consistent thing for him to get her gifts, for them to go out to places, and again for him to buy it. I don't know what she did, if she did anything as a job. I don't think she did actually. But I remember her or him saying this, that it was her first relationship ever.
Oh.
Now, and she was like, "Why'd you have to out me like that?" And then they said, and it was an important detail. I will say that, because then what she basically was saying afterwards was, my dad treated me nicely and got me gifts a lot and treated me like this and that. And she just like listed some stuff, but again, she really emphasized the point he bought me all this. Now, I guess her father was well off to buy her some gifts all the time, but basically what I'm trying to say is that, and I think that women should be treated, no matter how old you are, you're fucking 8 years old, 24 years old, 48, you should always be treated with respect.
Yeah.
However, I feel like that some people get easily entitled.
Yeah.
Like she was easily entitled because her father treated her one way, and I'm assuming that she had to have been acting, I'm gonna say like a brat when she was young, and her
Right.
father probably didn't correct it.
Right.
I don't know. I'm not trying to bash. I don't know what the hell was going on in that family. I don't know. Right. But at the same time, I can guess or I can make a good estimate of what happened, or because of the way she was acting.
Yeah.
I don't believe that. I mean, no, I do believe this, but I think it's more rare that if you were grown up in a family that was more frugal and that, treated you like with respect and showed you how to treat respect, and if you were acting like a bitch and you were basically going to, your parents gonna get on
Correct
you
that,
about that,
yeah.
correct that, right? But I don't think that if you grew up in that home and then I'm out of the house by 22, I don't think that person would just change into a brat automatically.
No.
I do believe that the how you are grown up and raised, I think plays a huge part in your life on how you act later on in life. And I feel like that if someone is treated with almost like a queen and is not corrected at all as a kid, they'll turn out to be more so brats. More people will turn out to be, I think, materialistic.
Yeah, that'll definitely hurt a relationship. I'd say,
Yes.
There's definitely aspects of behavior in relationships that can fall on parents and parenting. Like,
Oh yeah.
Behavior that isn't corrected properly, or I mean, like some of this stuff, like you might be baffled at, honestly. Like looking at it from an outside perspective, you might be like, this is just not real.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem like it is, honestly. Because I'd say we like to think that most people are decent,
Yeah. I like to think that.
and
I think most people are good.
there's obviously a
Hopefully.
percentage. I mean, just from the fact that 53% of all marriages end in divorce, that's for all different reasons. But
Yeah, I was about to say that's for a lot of different reasons. Man.
I'm sure there's a big portion of that one side is just fed up due to just whatever
or maybe they
behavior.
marry for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a pretty common issue, I think.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You're marrying because of looks and the money, not
Right.
the personality.
That's definitely a
Um,
behavioral issue.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, I that's why I really am against people, marrying at a young age. I know some people who married at a young age, and you know what? They actually are good. Like, they're mature. They both got a job and they're set, and they were like 19 years old,
Right.
20 years old, right? All right. And they knew each other for 14 years at that point. So I'm like, okay, all right. But I feel like that, like, I would never date someone for a few months. Like right now, in this instance, right now in my life, I would never date someone for a few months and then marry him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
no.
I won't be like, 5 months in, I'll be like, I'll marry me, basically. Like, I don't know. Like, just for me, I've never really experienced that feeling that quick.
Yeah. To carry off of that, I think one thing that you need when going into a relationship is just understanding that if you eventually want to marry this person, whether it's in a few months or a few years, you need to see all their sides.
Yeah.
You need to see the good, bad, and the ugly. And to put it in terms, I forgot where I was going.
Midway there, you had something, but then
I
just
had
left.
something.
It grew legs and walked out.
You said the good, bad, the ugly.
Good, bad, the ugly.
Good, bad, and that ugly.
Oh.
Yeah, you have
Is she ugly?
through all
What?
through all the through all the good, bad, and ugly. I think one thing that could
That's
help
crazy.
save a few more relationships is just communication through it all.
Oh yeah, 100%. Communication is the most important thing in life, in my opinion.
Yeah, we're meant
It goes
to-
beyond relationships,
Yeah, we're
business,
like,
everything. But
human beings
relationship,
human beings are made to be around people, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
obviously you need to communicate. if
Yeah,
you're
we're
gonna be
not-
around people. So
I think there are certain people that are actually okay with being alone, but I think the majority of humans
I'd say
need to be
we're
with
wired.
somebody.
I'd say we're wired. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
obviously you can live alone. You
Yeah,
can do
yeah,
it,
100%,
but,
100%. Come on.
Um,
But I feel like that over time, though, we want to get married.
yeah,
Most time, and like live our life with somebody.
right.
Because I feel like that. I mean, I could not imagine myself living alone for 40 years
I mean, think of like the
Could not.
average person's like,
or 20 years. Even.
like plan. Like so they go to school, they get out of high school, they either go to college or they don't. They find a job.
Yep.
What's next? Get married.
Get married. Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
That's everyone's goal, right?
Yeah, 100%.
And that's
It ain't
fine.
easy.
That's
Yeah.
fine. But like that's kind of just in our nature to want to be with someone
Mm-hmm.
and spend the rest of your life with someone. kind of. And I mean, obviously, we get that idea from a happily ever after Disney movie, but
Yeah. Well, yeah.
it-
Fantasy.
it is, it's a good thing to want to, my God, you guys are digging in the cookies.
I'm surprised you
Right.
haven't had one yet.
I
Yeah, I'm
know.
actually surprised you. Jeez, man, you
I'm
could have just.
aggressive.
Yeah, okay, so
Jeez.
listen, I'm gonna show you real quick.
I'm good.
Look. No, dude. No, I know you're good. I
I'm
know you're good. Listen, Nick, when you close stuff, don't be like, don't like put your.
Thanks for the cookie.
Okay, you said you were good just a second ago.
Oh, I'm just
Okay.
telling you.
Why
that
did
I'm
you
a good
spit on my
person.
arm? Oh my god.
I spit on your computer. It's fine.
No. Damn it. Damn it. So Nick, going back to what I was saying. No, so Nick, no, hold on.
Hey, I was
not to be
trying to
hand over
finish.
hand.
I was trying to finish my train of thought.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, you go back. My fault.
All right, Nick, you can go. I forgot.
My bad.
So going
Okay.
back to
That is.
communication, one thing I realized when in my last relationship is that there was an extreme lack of communication. Where from me, I don't think it was mostly on my part. I think it was on their part. Because anytime we would talk over text or maybe even the phone, first thing I would say is, "How are you doing? How was your day? How was your week?" And today's society has normalized, "Oh, I'm doing good. I'm fine. Okay."
Yeah.
And you good?
I think that's a good point. I think that's a good
No,
topic.
keep it going.
That's a
'Cause
good thing to
Yeah,
talk
I'm
about.
gonna
and-
hop on that in a second.
Yeah.
We need to break that cycle because at this point, I've learned how to tell if someone's good or not good just based on like what their facial features look like,
Yeah.
how they move during the day, even to where they're looking at that current moment. So
Wow.
I know
That's
if
kind of
someone
scary.
is having a good or bad day.
Nick, are you a stalker?
Wait, what?
No, no, it's
We got intuition like crazy, bro.
That goes
That's
in-
intuition
that is crazy
100.
though.
that goes into psychology. It's like
Oh,
Yeah.
if you're talking to someone and you ask them a question and they answer like by glancing off to the side a little bit, it's going to be most likely untrue.
Mhm.
Most likely a lie.
Yeah.
But
Oh, eye contact's huge in telling the truth
oh yeah, it's really huge. And
Yeah.
so
or telling a lie.
True.
either one. But so even with just the eye contact, I would know if someone's good or not.
My mom knows.
And there have been a few times where I'm talking to a few friends.
She'll
I
be watching
said,
this and laughing.
Hey, hey, Joe. Hey, Joey's
Hey.
mom.
Hi, mom.
But
I know I suck at lying.
Yeah, I do too.
yeah.
Actually, I want to say I actually not terrible at lying. At certain times I am, but
Which is another thing.
I've-
I let myself get terrible at lying. I
Nick
used
was
to be
talking about
very good.
communication. Oh my god, I literally look like I'm feasting right now. I'm like holding But Nick was talking about communication, and we were just talking about lying.
yeah.
The odds are, if you're in a relationship with somebody, and it's been long enough where you know them as a person, be honest.
Please.
Be honest.
can- Like Nick said,
Yeah, no, I agree.
I mean, Nick is a psycho. Like he can tell.
No, I mean this
he
man
can
can't-
tell if you're just not even looking.
It's psychology.
But like most of the time, the person you're with is gonna be able to tell if you're okay,
Yes,
if you're lying,
Yep.
all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be
I-
honest.
I agree. And
It'll help you. It'll help both of you.
yeah, again, just communicating. If you can't trust somebody, so listen. Communication, the communication thing, and lying to somebody. If you don't trust somebody, right? Reevaluate. Okay, saying okay at first before you kind of like I'm actually gonna rephrase what I was about to say. If you feel like that, someone's lying to you, no matter what it is, whether you think that they're cheating, whether you think that they're just straight up lying about something, right? And you're just a little bit suspicious. Communicate. Be the better person. Be the better person.
Yeah.
Just because, or don't even be the better person. Just be the better you, and don't be like, don't say nothing, and then all of a sudden out of the blue say, "Oh, we're breaking up. We're done." Right?
yeah.
Just be like, hey, listen, I don't know. There's certain things that have been on my mind, yada yada yada. And you start having a conversation, and if he or she don't like that, that's a red flag.
Yeah.
Right.
Search for your red flags, guys and girls. just search for your red flags. Like, don't be out and be like, oh, where's the red flag at? And picking out every single little thing. But if you see that there is something that you are not a huge fan of, do not stay silent. I did that a couple times. I'm not going to lie, in both of my relationships. And that has caused a lot more stress. A lot more stress. And I will say this, if I communicated, I think outcomes would have turned out to be a little bit different in certain situations in my relationship. I'm trying to keep it as vague as possible just because, just because right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like right now is the time. So, but do you guys have anything to piggyback off? Because as I want to respond to one thing that Nick said earlier, but.
Yeah, I was going to continue and say, whenever I do hear someone say, oh, I'm good, and I know they're lying, I've gotten to the point where it's like, okay, I know you're lying, and I'm very impatient for this. I'm going to call you out on it. Not as hard as I can, but it's going to be pretty stiff and say, hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
I can tell something's off. Please, just talk to me.
Yeah.
And at that point, I will get a straight yes or straight no. When it comes to relationships and someone says a straight no, and you hear that a lot, big red flag. Big red flag.
Yeah, I think it depends also what they're saying no to as well. I think if you're just saying no to like something minor, whatever, you know what I'm saying? At that point, if it's something for fun.
It depends on what they're going through.
Yeah, that's very true. You also got to think about what situation are they in. That's a good point.
Yeah, like everyone has their reasons for hiding things.
Yes.
And more people, people are different people are comfortable with sharing different details
Right.
about aspects of their lives and whatnot.
Right.
So I would say, if you think you're with someone who's, maybe a little more sensitive or habitually secretive about certain things, then I'd say just, tread lightly.
Yeah.
And give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
But, also keep in mind, like Jacob said, there are red flags you can keep an eye out for.
Yeah.
But
I mean, and like I said, don't just be on the search for them at all times.
yeah, don't hound.
Yeah.
Because at that point, you're just you're making the relationship a little bit worse because she's gonna send something. He or she's gonna send something more than likely. Like if you're just searching for red flags, your conversations are more likely going to be kind of cut short. You're not gonna be as genuine just because you're gonna be so like focused on like what's wrong with her or him or whoever you're dating.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like just be mindful.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of like what we said, some people might think, if you're listening to this or if you give us advice to anybody, what I'm saying, some people might be like, oh, that's really easy. That's cap. Yeah, I mean, you can have a lot of relationship experience. And, if you have a lot of relationship experience, you're more likely going to have an easier time communicating these red flags. But when you're young, high school,
you
like early college, it depends on how mature you are. I mean, if we're talking about the average college student, the average like freshman college student and regular, high schooler,
yeah,
it's hard.
Yeah.
And it's not easy to communicate these things because they're not conversations that are fun. And I think that a lot of younger people want to have just fun. And that's it. They're not looking for something as meaningful when they think they are, but they're really just mistaking how to go about dating.
That is a really, really good point. Because for a while in high school, I wanted to date, but I didn't know why. The reason you just said explained it all. I wanted to have fun with someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a lot of, honestly, for me, I mistook the reason why I wanted to date. I liked the girl in 10th grade, and later 10th grade, I finally told her, and then we started dating. We both liked each other. It wasn't like, oh, I like you, and then we just started dating. Hey, I like you, we're dating. I wasn't like that, I promise you that.
I like you, okay. Do you want to go out with me? Okay.
Oh, you're going.
We are food.
We what?
We have food.
I has food.
Yeah. But so we both liked each other, right? And it was quite obvious, but we kind of were just like young, and we're like, oh my god, we're so nervous to say it. Oh my god. So that's facts. That's facts. Though when you're in high school, and you have a crush, not someone you like, a crush, because there's usually in high school relationships, you got a crush. No, there's a way you can handle it though.
Absolutely.
There's in high school, I say crush because it's more childish.
Oh yeah.
It's more childish. When you like somebody, you like them for either their personality, for their looks. But when you have a crush, though, yeah, you like him for their looks. You might like him for their personality, but it's handled in a different manner. It's hard for me to explain it right now off the dome, but but going back to what I was saying, like with my first relationship, right? Like I liked her, and I thought I was dating her because I loved her and all this stuff. I'll get into this a little bit, just so it makes sense. I dated this one girl, and it was my first relationship, right? It wasn't the best relationship. I would say that it was definitely not my best. And the thing is that we threw the word love around a ton,
Loosely.
very loosely, and it was very easy. It was like the first month, and it was already like I love you type of deal. You're gonna, you're gonna figure out that you're not gonna love somebody within 1 month. More than likely, you could, but it's not likely.
Yeah.
And the thing is, but we threw that word around.
I'd say you could.
You could, no, you definitely could.
I think it's very easy to when you're immature.
Yeah. Well, but the thing is, though, is it love, or is it infatuation? Because here's the thing.
Love is a very complicated and complex word.
Yes.
Filled with many meanings and emotions.
Yes. That was straight out of the dictionary right there.
Merriam-Webster.
Hey. But like love is truly hard to describe. I've felt actual love for somebody. I know that. But my first relationship, I did not feel that love. I was infatuated, but we mistook it for that. And the thing is that was, I think, an underlying problem within our relationship. But in the end, I feel like that a lot of people, and I forgot really the main point I was going to go for this, but the one thing that I think a lot of high schoolers do, or a lot of high schoolers, yeah,
Excuse me.
that came from the pits, bro.
I'm sorry, guys.
But so going back to what I was saying though, like a lot of people date for fun. I can hear the whistle. Continue. Hey, guys. Stop fucking interrupting me.
Coming to talk to you about
Please.
Come on.
Oh, man. Well, and so all in all, what I'm saying is that I feel like when you're younger and you're more immature, you're not as mature, you're going to be throwing a love around a lot. And the thing is, it's going to be infatuation. It's going to be a liking for someone that causes a lot of issues later on down. And you won't really understand that until you get out of the relationship and move on, maybe a couple years when you mature. But the thing is, though, it's that don't throw the word love around for real. Like, really assess yourself. And, like, I can't really describe to you how love feels. I can, but at the same time, though, you might not feel it the same exact way.
Yeah.
I mean, again, the thing is, love is kind of, it's definable, but it's logistically definable. I don't think it's realistically definable.
No, I think, yeah.
Because I think it's different for everybody.
Yeah.
How I love somebody might be different than how Nixon loves somebody, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, but I would say this, whether you are in a relationship, whether you are about to be in a relationship, or if you have never been in a relationship and you're just staying single right now, right? Really assess and take your time. Don't rush. I made that mistake in my first relationship. It caused me to be way too obsessed with the relationship, and I that was the point where my downfall for that year. But I was depressed. It was terrible.
And
Wasn't good at all.
Let's give him a little to-do list. How do you avoid rushing? Focus on yourself.
Yeah,
build yourself up before you jump into a relationship.
Yeah, I kind of have a quick explanation for that because I know a lot of people kind of just don't understand what that means.
Yeah.
One thing I realized with my past relationship was I didn't love myself and I was not entirely myself.
Yeah, that
I
ain't
wasn't
it.
built 100%.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
And so
It wasn't well crafted.
when you're going into a relationship, you have to be 100% like confident in yourself, love yourself, care about yourself, because if that relationship goes south and you are not yourself, you probably just pour your whole heart towards them.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, it's gone.
Right.
And
you feel like you have nothing left.
yes, and actually, okay. So you guys mind if I tell a short story?
Go
That
for
is
it.
that is heartbreak for those of you who don't know.
that is
Honestly,
heartbreak.
I feel like there's
the
two
definition
types of
heartbreak.
I'm pretty sure there are two types of heartbreak. One, you're just really upset and you go through the emotions, the depression, and then two, it is like, and this I had to go through.
Yeah.
It's like your heart disappeared,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
you just lose yourself
I think
entirely.
there's almost stages to that too.
Oh yeah, there
Yes,
Because I
definitely
went
are.
through
There
both
definitely are.
consecutively, like one right after the other.
Yeah,
it's
you
like
gotta love that.
you lose entirely who you are, and you feel nothing but an empty shell.
Yeah.
It's
Oh yeah,
it's a
no, you
terrible
feel
thing.
you feel
Oh, it's
terrible.
wonderful.
You feel terrible.
That was probably the happiest time of my life ever.
Yeah, definitely.
What?
Yeah.
You could not sense the sarcasm
There's-
in that.
there is a-
oh,
a
Nick,
tad
Nick,
there's a-
Nick.
I know,
Had
but
to-
your face was just like, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Come on, guys. Heartbreak is amazing.
Sarcasm extends to
Guys,
my
get
face.
your heart broken if you haven't. It's a great experience,
can we,
right?
Can we run through some like quick little pop questions?
Sure, sure. Do you
from
have
the list?
Do you have some?
I've got some right here in front of
All
me.
right.
Before my phone dies. Um, So
I got
this one is kind of. This one could probably go places, but
Who?
I want to hear some first date stories. That was
Yeah,
loud.
okay, yeah.
That was loud.
That
I
was
know. I have really
Bro,
good
look at
claps.
that.
He is
Yo,
really-
this he clipped.
Oh my
He
god,
clipped.
He clipped
off
it
the
beyond-
screen. He's off the marker right now.
Bro, he's dude,
dude, and that was like what?
that was
3
up there.
feet
Well,
away
yeah, that
from
was a
the mics?
powerful. That was a meaty clap. Hold on, let me try it.
Dude, we're gonna break people's ears. You guys are still clipping. All right.
All right.
So we're gonna start with
first
Nick.
date stories.
And then you, and then me. Yeah.
So this is more of a cringy story.
Yes. Well, I
they
mean,
all
it
probably
was-
I was
are.
about to
They're all
say.
probably,
It was
yeah.
still really fun, but I look back at it, I'm like, oh, that was weird. So this girl that I used to date, I was trying to look for a reason to go out with her.
Yeah.
And I realized
try to look for a reason.
Oh.
Wait, like
it was high school. Do you know how hard it is to find a reason to go out?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, when you're in high school, yes.
Yeah.
Because I mean, okay, well, yeah, you can.
Yeah. So the state fair was coming up, and I said, "Oh, I've yes,
State fair.
state fair." And
Come
so
on now.
I asked this
Actually, it's
girl,
not
"Hey,
bad.
do you want to go to the state fair with me?" And she was like, "Yeah, sure." So this was
Not
before.
bad, yeah.
This was about 9th or 10th grade.
Yeah.
Now I look back at it, I was like, I was a wee little lad.
We a
Lad.
lot.
And
Lad.
neither of us had cars, so our
Yeah.
mothers drove us.
Yep.
And
Yep.
That's-
literally,
yep.
it was just the weirdest thing because it's
Yep.
like we're trying to have fun, but right over our shoulders are both our mothers, and you know how mothers can be when two people are going out together. They're just kind of like, oh, they're so
Oh my
cute.
gosh,
Oh
you
my
two are like the
gosh, you
cutest
two
little
should
couple
take
ever.
A picture over there. You should do this. You
Actually, that's facts. It's always
Yeah.
the picture. It's
Dude,
always the
it's
picture.
always the
Mothers-
picture.
It's the cringiest thing.
Mothers
It's
and
so
the pictures.
staged.
And so you
Ugh, man.
number one, if you have to take your mothers on a date, you're not ready to date.
Yeah, don't. That's a
yeah.
L. That's a whole.
would say, I
ass
mean,
L.
If you want to be serious about dating,
Get yourself together.
get your license.
Get yourself together.
Get your
Yeah,
life.
exactly. Come on now.
But
And so
That'd be nice.
I
that
mean,
was about it.
that's actually
Nothing
kinda funny.
eventful happened, although we
Oh,
did go to
jeez.
no, I
Bruh.
was gonna say it's kind of funny because, like,
Nothing eventful happened.
my quote unquote first date was gonna be the state fair as well.
Oh my gosh.
Yo, first date, double date with our moms?
Whoa, wait, you're dating your mom? Wait,
No.
wait a
You
second.
took that way too far. But
Oh my gosh. Wait a second.
there was at the state fair one of those hammer games where you
Oh yeah.
hit the plank and it shoots a ball up to ring a bell.
the big dongus. Just
It's a classic move.
just send the dongus to heaven.
The bingus bongus.
Yeah, send the bongus to
Ding,
heaven.
bing bong.
But
Yeah.
I wanted to show how manly I was in 9th grade.
Carrying all those chairs, man.
Woo!
Literally,
That's actually how it
like
is.
I hit the bell all 3 times, and I was like, "Oh, that was the best feeling for me." I was like, "Haha, that was from the movies. Suck it." But
Suck it on the first date.
Oh my God! Chill out, chill out, chill out.
Oh my
I
gosh,
want to
bro.
cut that. I really want to
Nick,
cut that.
Nick.
It's
Come
uncuttable.
on.
This is uncut.
Nick, this is an uncut scene, man. Nick, that was
You took
outrageous.
that
Nick,
way too far
Nick,
out.
that's outrageous, man. You are.
No, your mom's gonna watch it and she's gonna laugh.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
Hi,
Mom.
Nick's mom.
Mom,
We're
you,
shouting out all the moms in this episode.
Yeah.
you know what I meant, Mom.
Shut up.
Please, they're taking it way too far out of context.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. 100% joking, right?
But, so, the prize that I won for this girl was a pink blow-up dolphin.
Okay, yeah, come on
And-
now.
It probably deflated.
If we're able to go into the story time, I will explain this further, but we ended up breaking up and then getting back together a few years later.
Oh,
She still had that dolphin, and I was like, dang.
that's kind of cool.
That was actually pretty memorable.
That's cool. That's pretty cool.
Well, okay. I
Jacob, do you want to go? Because I don't have a first date story.
I mean, I don't really have. I have kind of a first date story. You're not drinking out straight out the bottle. You're not gonna hold on.
I've been going back and forth because I'm really discombobulated right now.
See, it's just as easy as that. All right, but for first date story, again, I was summer of 10th grade going into 11th, right? So none of us have driver's license. I didn't have a driver's license and nothing, and she didn't have a driver's license and nothing. So we were really limited on what we could do. Nothing like there was no state fair, there was no nothing for real. But basically we were actually at a friend's house. I don't think you were there, but
I was probably there.
no, you weren't.
No, I probably wasn't.
No, you weren't. It was him. I was with my friends, and he had his friends. It was like about 8 of us, and she was there, right? And my ex, or at the time my girlfriend, because that was like our second day where we actually decided to become a relationship, right? So that weekend we're like, okay, well, what do we want to do? We want to do something, and we're both like, well, I don't know. And so like I'm not even kidding. Like we're both like, I don't know.
I understand
So
that.
I mean, because the thing is, there really was not much to do. I mean, we didn't
Yeah.
have money, and we didn't have cars, so it was like super limited.
Yeah.
We couldn't go out and just pay for a really nice dinner because we had probably about $20 for each of us. Like seriously, like that's how bad it was.
It
Like
really is.
that's how that's why like I wish I didn't date during that time just because of that. I think it's cringy. But we went to basically what happened was my mom drove us over to the mall. We wanted to just take some time in the mall and just kind of vibe out. No, but like the thing is though, like that's the thing. Like we both want to do it, so we're just like, let's just hang out. Like let's just vibe out.
It's
that's what we did.
I mean, honestly, like
There's
I
nothing
can
else to
relate
do.
that so much.
There's nothing to do. Like
That's it.
not around here.
It's sad because like
But after the mall, we came back here, we watched some movies and stuff like that. But,
Yeah,
then
that's true.
we vibed out that night. We just like went outside. And we just kind of laid in the grass and just vibed out.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
lay in the
No,
grass. How do y'all not itch when you lay in grass?
Do you, bitch?
Yes.
we
for
we
me,
good.
if
We was
I-
good.
If it's like humid out,
Alright,
yes,
Bubba,
I
here.
will itch. If it's dry, probably not as much.
I mean, we both of us like
That
did
is
not
so
even care.
specific.
Like I don't really care.
How is that so specific?
I don't know. You kind of said it was
It's
humid
one or
and
the
dry.
other, come on.
It's like humid and dry. It was like specifically what weather. Like I know when it's 32 degrees outside, I know that the grass
I'm
is
not
gonna
gonna
be.
itch.
I'm not. Now after it rains, I know that the grass is just gonna slide off my neck. It's not gonna cut me at all. Yes.
Neck sliding. Okay. Well,
But
I'm
like,
gonna- I
yeah.
wa- are you finished with your story?
Yeah, that's basically all I got for my first date.
Big man.
Yeah,
Alright.
big
Big man.
man,
Big shot.
big shock.
The team goes.
Boop,
You can do it. I can't do
boop, boop. You can't roll your R's.
it. Mm-mm. You can't roll your arms. What?
No R's.
Ours.
R's.
R's.
Your
I heard
arms.
I heard arms.
You said.
All right.
All right, so hold on. So what was your first date story? I don't even care if it's not like amazing. Like, do you remember it? If you don't remember it, then that's all right. That just goes to show that first date was not memorable.
I don't think it was.
Great.
I really don't think it was.
Was it just?
I also don't like. I
Hanging
don't.
out?
I never really. Ow. Whack my hand. I never really thought of like dates as dates.
Huh?
If that makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
Do
It
you
doesn't
think of it more
explain.
as
What?
hanging out?
Wait,
I
what?
always kind of just thought of it as just hanging out. So that's probably why it's not memorable.
That's reasonable.
Oh, okay,
Like-
but yeah, they're just hangouts. Okay.
But like, there's a lot of times I like normal stuff, like just go to the mall, like go get
Yeah.
food. Like it's literally like that's all it's ever been, just like hanging out and going and getting food and
Ha-
whatever.
Have you ever been on a date that's been more than that?
No,
Really?
Oh.
So okay,
Oh.
so well, me and Nick already answered this.
I don't think I've ever done anything like quote unquote special.
Special.
Like
Wow.
n-
Well, how many people have you dated?
2.
How long are those relationships? And when did they start and last? Like, when was that time
I
period?
mean, okay, so my first relationship was 14. Like
like 14 years old?
like end of being 14, so like turning
Okay, so
15.
you're basically
Mhm.
15, yeah. That's pretty young.
Until and that was like 8 months. Which
Last
is
3 months?
actually pretty good for a first relationship, especially being that young.
Yeah.
But
But was it
um,
good or not? Like, was it good or was it toxic?
It was unhealthy. I wouldn't say it was toxic.
Or okay, unhealthy. That's a good.
It was unhealthy on both our ends.
Okay.
But
well, yeah. Okay. All right.
but
What about your second relationship then?
second relationship, it's kind of weird because like we're not dating. But
Oh, are you talking about her?
Yeah.
The person you be talking to a lot.
yeah,
Okay.
we're
Gotcha.
not dating. We're just like we're very committed, I'd say.
You have a very nice friendship right now.
Yes.
Very nice friendship, which you're holding off dating because you think you could date each other later on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Essentially.
That's reasonable.
Yeah. I know who you're talking
And that
about. I
and
know
that's
who you're talking
also
about.
why like I don't stuff isn't like super memorable because I don't like to
Yeah. Well,
I don't like throwing just labels around.
Yeah.
So
Well, so why are you holding off? Just for
I-
you, for like, what's your reasoning for holding it off?
I think it's healthy to be single while you're single. And to like
Okay.
kind of stay your own course while you have that time.
Well,
And we've talked about this before too. Like being single is probably the most important time of your life because
yeah.
you're not gonna get that time back.
You gotta figure stuff out.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Before you get in
So-
someone else's life.
Jeez.
Well, so basically, yeah, I got you. You can just
Okay.
if you want to check it, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But basically, so when you're saying
And
it's
this has
important to
been
be
going on
single
for-
while you're single,
Yeah.
like, and I'm gonna try summarize that way because I feel like it was a little bit vague, maybe to some people. Because I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
Are you saying like basically while you're single, it's the best time to build yourself up and get yourself ready for something more?
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
And that's kind of me holding myself or holding the quote unquote relationship off. So I'm older
Yeah, you're yeah.
until I'm more like I guess comfortable with pursuing a relationship.
This is interesting because I don't really see this often.
What do you mean?
I don't see young men, or maybe, I'll say young men.
Well, I am the youngest here, so
Yes, you
Yeah.
are, but you're a young man, right?
You're a youngin'.
You're a young man. You're not that much younger than us, man. But you're a young man, and a lot of times, a lot of young men nowadays cannot.
wait.
Yeah, they cannot wait. They
Yeah.
They don't have any self control, right? But the thing
Good
is for
segue.
you.
But keep going.
I was like, okay. But like I said, like, how do you think? So for giving advice, I mean, I don't think there's really much advice. I think it's just a maturity level.
Oh, absolutely.
I think that
Yeah.
actually, I'll skip the whole advice thing because I think it's just a matter of you just gotta be mature. You just gotta have.
Yeah,
you
'cause
you
no
have to have that
situation-
mindset.
No situation is going to be the same,
Exactly.
and
And you can't really. There's no specific list on how to
right,
build
exactly.
that
There's
mindset.
no,
It just
there's
kind of
no,
happens.
there's no book of answers.
Yeah.
Like you have to know how to deal with situations when they come up.
Yeah.
It's all reactive.
Well, has she pushed for a relationship?
No.
No?
No.
Okay, that's good.
She's like, you know how I said all I do is work?
Yeah.
She's way busier than I am. She's got
Really?
gymnastics, she's
Oh,
got
yeah.
school, she's got, therapy, she's got all kind of stuff.
So she is she old enough to wait? She's
well,
well,
yeah, she's 16.
yeah, okay.
So,
And can she work?
mm-hmm.
Okay.
She's working right now.
Okay. Where's she
Okay.
working at?
She-
Oh, well, don't say where she's working at.
Yeah.
Don't say where she's working at. Yeah, I'm
We're-
saying
we
that's too
can-
much.
We can,
Well, but basically, okay. So
Yeah.
she's working at 16 years old. That's good.
yeah.
That's starting young, but she's okay. That's cool. That's cool.
So,
Well, yeah. So okay, that's interesting. I've never really seen that often.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But I
It's
really,
very rare.
I
think your
will
maturity
say
level's up.
I push her to
Yo, what was that? What was that?
I don't know. I don't know if the mics picked that up, but if it did, it would be amazing.
Yeah, there's something back.
That would be incredible. to pick that up.
Right. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But I really pushed her to step out of her comfort zone, and her parents really pushed her to get a job. And
Wait, so she doesn't have a job?
yes,
Oh, wait, so she does not have a job, but she does have a job. Which one?
she does.
So her
I'm
parents
saying
are
I'm saying
pushing for
her parents pushed her.
Oh, pushed. Okay, I thought you
Yeah.
said pushing.
Yeah, her parents pushed her to get a job, and I said go for it.
Yeah.
Like working is like one of the most fulfilling things you'll ever do.
Yeah.
Kinda
it's what
needed to
it's what
survive
you'll
as well.
it's what yeah obviously, but it's what you'll do for most of your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you'll
80%
be
of your life probably full of work.
yeah, and working is a huge maturity thing. But anyways,
Yeah.
Jacob
I've
was-
got.
oh
I was gonna say I have
Go ahead.
a quick question. It may not be on the notes, but
What's up? No, even.
we
Doesn't matter.
talked about how, like, when is it right to start a relationship?
Oh yeah.
okay
Yes.
This, share if you want to, but what caused the end of your relationship? Just so
Which-
people can get.
Which one? Like both or?
Probably just both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You want me to start?
as
Do you
a
want to
heads
answer?
oh I can go.
Okay, yeah. You go.
Um,
Then I'll go after you, and then we'll. Yeah.
I'd say I made some questionable decisions leading up to the part of my first relationship where I got cheated on.
Mm.
But
Basically, getting cheated on. That was the end.
yes,
That was the first one.
that was me.
Why are you
That's the
laughing,
first
Nick? No, Nick's laughing.
I don't know. It was just a sudden stop. I was like, huh.
That sucks.
Yeah, he's like Nick laughing at the pain and everything like that. Oh my gosh.
Sometimes you just have to laugh through the pain.
That's
I guess kind of true.
yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But
There was
to
a lot of
continue-
that. Anyways, being 14, 15 getting cheated on, that hits you.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
I
you
can
don't,
only
you don't know how to
imagine.
handle that,
Like,
especially
you,
first.
You don't know how to handle a relationship in the first place, but you throw like the end to that relationship
yeah.
in a manner such as cheating
Mm-hmm.
goes. That is
That's
like-
life changing.
if I were to get
Yeah.
cheated on now, if I were to be in a relationship and get cheated on now, I don't know how I would handle it, but I know that I would be way better off than I was then. And
Yeah, you'd be able to handle it a little bit better.
I was a complete wreck. I don't know. I don't remember if Jacob and I were in touch.
We were. I remember this.
Yeah, but
I remember this.
it was to put it shortly, it was a shit show
Mm.
for me, and I always look back on it as like a really dark time for me because it obviously was, but
Yep.
I think that it kind of like I made some terrible decisions in that relationship, and I think it kind of helped me to like wake up to who I was
Yeah.
as a person, and so I think that shit show was a wake up call for me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Jacob.
Well, for mine, it was more so just so for the first relationship, it had a very complicated ending.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I think you know this. You definitely know this. You definitely know
He was
this.
there.
He
I was
there.
there.
He was there
I
throughout the
was-
entire time all this shit was happening.
I was getting this secondhand information. but
Yeah. Well,
I
you
was
you
in
got
the
it
loop.
first, but
I had-
secondhand mainly. So
I had the tea.
had
I
the
was
tea.
there.
I was the T.
Nick
Yeah,
was
yeah,
the
you-
tea.
you
No,
were-
you were.
No,
Yeah,
you
were.
you had first hand experience. Well, yeah, obviously I was. It'd be kind of weird if I wasn't. Nah. So my first relationship, just overall really toxic. I don't really want to get it too much into it. I mean, but I'll get into a little bit. Let's just say, there wasn't a connection. There was
For a time.
for a time. However, there were many situations where I should have just totally said, "No, screw you, bye," type of deal.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I was not being treated the best. how do I explain this? Long story short, because this is important to know for the end of this relationship. My parents, like midway through the relationship, 6 months, my parents, they did not like the idea of me dating because they saw the change in me. And it was not for good, right? Yeah. And so they said, they literally just said, you're not allowed to date at 6 months. Now for me, I don't have a car. I don't got a job. I don't have anything. I am now extremely limited to the fact that, I can't drive nowhere without my parents knowing where the heck I am. I don't have any friends that have cars and nothing like that, because all my friends are in my class and we don't have licenses and nothing. We got permits,
age, right.
but like we're not trying to get pulled over with permits and then actually go to jail over some dumb stuff. But basically, at that point, I decided to keep the relationship going. We both did. But I really did push for it as well. And that was my first mistake. I should have just said nope, because I think I would have gotten out of a lot of stress and a lot of shit.
Well, no is the hardest thing when you're young.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, it was hard to say, we gotta break it off. That's really freaking hard to say.
Yeah.
And I couldn't, and I didn't want to. So me being the naive self, really, and I'm just gonna say me, just because she was naive, but I was naive for this as well, because I know how much I pushed for this. We kept the relationship going for another 6 months. So the relationship lasted for a year, but in the end, I was not being treated well, and I was doing everything I could possibly do for the relationship, which wasn't much. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have much to offer. So next summer came, year went by, and I broke it off. For basically, I didn't want to be in a relationship no more, just because I didn't like it. I didn't want to be in a relationship, and she was pissed. She was really pissed. I'll just say that. Yeah. And that was really hard because, there was a part of me. I was really, just because I cough or like freaking.
No, he farted.
Oh my gosh, I even hear that.
That really broke the mood. Like, keep going. Okay. Get back on track.
No, yeah, I got
so
you.
Sad.
I'm so sad. No, but basically, I yeah. I can't keep on going while y'all laughing.
Bro, we gotta make some Olin Rogers cuts.
Yeah,
we gotta make some Olin Rogers cuts right now.
Yeah, funny. Oh yeah, Nick got up.
It smells. It kind of does smell.
I don't smell shit.
It smells
I
like
got COVID.
It smells like apple cider and
we allowed
noodles.
to say, we're allowed to say COVID.
Okay.
We're allowed to say COVID, right? We're not. Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
What are you talking
No,
about?
I know. There's like some YouTube videos that got like demonetized apparently for saying the word COVID.
What?
I don't know. Anywho, that was just rumors. But anywho, back to what I was saying though.
Yeah.
Basically, when I broke up, right, there was a part of me that still wanted to be with her because I felt like I needed her to be happy because I relied on her. And I was dependent and I was not independent.
Right.
I could not be happy with myself. Which, by the way, you need to be happy with yourself before you go in a relationship. Like, at least be happy with your life or something like that.
Yeah.
I know some people, it's like they are living in a depressed, like they're right now in a depressive phase, which I get. You know what I'm saying? There are plenty of reasons why, but at the same time, you gotta understand that it's like, I think it's better, in my opinion, to go in a relationship being independent.
Yeah.
And
rather
than being dependent on somebody else for your happiness.
You'll definitely carry baggage going into a relationship if you are not content with your own self and your, I guess, well-being and how you are doing.
Yeah.
Like, you need to be okay.
Well, yeah, and going to what I'm about to say, next month I was literally like, I was still depressed as anything. I missed the relationship because I got dependent on her to make me happy.
Right.
We didn't talk for a month, we didn't talk for about a month.
It was like 2 or 3 months.
No, it was. Trust me, it was about like a month and a half.
It felt way longer than that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it did. But basically we started talking, right?
Mhm.
We started talking, but then it got real quick into like, I miss you, on her end too.
That's
not like
dangerous.
I didn't say, oh, I miss you. I didn't say that. I don't recall myself saying that because I didn't want to say that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? But I remember somehow we both got to saying that again.
Right.
A couple weeks later, we now, or I think, hold on, I'm trying to think of what happened. So by this point, I got my license and she got her license. We're both going to senior year of high school.
Okay.
And we meet up one place, and there's 100% like we both are like hugging, like not friends but hug. We're like hugging, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was like a long hug and all that, right? And so basically, all in all, we both were like, yeah, we kind of want to go back. However, this is where it starts to get a little bit weird. So we're both leading each other on, but nothing's ever happening because we're both kind of still saying, oh, well, we want to be in a relationship, but is it smart? But we're both leading each other on emotionally and physically. And now, me being in the state I was in that situation. Like, I was like in there. I was committed type of deal. Not in a good way, though. I was like too committed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was obsessed, right? About a month of this goes by, and she starts talking that she's been talking to another guy, but not talking, just as friends, right? I'm like, okay, whatever. And she seems like she has a lot of fun and all of that. And for me, I'm like a little bit I'm a little bit suspicious. I'm like, huh? A couple weeks later, we were talking at one point, and then we stopped. I reach out, no response.
Yeah.
Weeks go by, and this is happening. Month goes by, and this is happening. I'm like, what the hell is happening?
Yeah.
No communication. I'm trying, what the hell? Like, I'm showing you that I care, and now, I'm like, why the heck are you doing this? You see me every day at school. I got to see you every single day at school, and this sucks.
Yeah.
Turns out, then I eventually find out that she was dating a guy. And you know what? I mean, I can't blame her, but at the same time, she definitely should have communicated that a lot earlier.
Yeah.
Like, right as she was dating for that person for a month. Like, that month during that she ghosted and all that.
Yeah.
Which I thought was kind of weird because she was leading me on as well. A couple weeks
it
before
was a
that,
lot of leading on.
while she was then clearly talking to that person and then dating that person a couple weeks later. I thought that was a little bit weird. I'm not going to lie, I still do. But you know what? Hey, I don't know if they're still together. If you are,
I mean,
if
there are so
that's,
many,
that's
like,
cool. Like, I'm happy for y'all, for real. Like, I'm over it because I'm over this situation. But, like,
yeah.
I definitely felt like that I should have just first off said, screw you, goodbye. And then I should have just been like, that's it, I'm done. But I couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't. Or
And
I
you
didn't.
still,
I didn't
like,
actually say.
Either way, you went through it, right? Like,
Yeah.
Afterwards, after all that happened, you definitely went through it.
Yeah.
Before you went through it.
Yeah.
Because, you cut her off and you're like, you know what? This is not healthy for me.
Yeah.
Even though you ended up getting back together, you still knew that it wasn't right for you.
Well, and we didn't even get back together. That's the weird thing. We like let each other
Right,
on.
exactly.
But, like, we never like was official again.
Right.
Right. But I was.
Yeah, and I kind of had the same situation as you. Like, you kind of just, like, jogged my memory.
Yeah.
When we were talking about this, because there's a time my parents didn't want me talking to my first girl.
Yeah.
Either.
Yeah.
Like, they kind of cut off communication there.
Yeah.
And they didn't want me, having any part of that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, understandable. It is understandable.
Yeah.
At the time you don't see that, but
right. You definitely don't.
Yeah.
And
so you're stubborn.
Right.
As a kid, you're stubborn.
That would be the best way to describe it, honestly.
Hard-headed.
Being like super hard-headed and like you're not really
taking in any advice.
No.
You're just doing what you think is right.
If you're young and you're in a relationship, listen to your parents.
It is one of the hardest things to do, but they do.
They see a lot of stuff you don't see, and even if you think you're hiding stuff from them,
you're not.
No,
you're not.
No,
because like Jacob said, they can see a change in your behavior. They can see what someone else is doing to you, even if they can't see the texts or they don't see the person. Like they can still tell.
They can tell.
It
You're
really is incredible.
Son or daughter.
It really is incredible, and we obviously will not understand until we are parents. But
I mean, none of us are parents right now, so
it's incredible. Like, I mean, my parents, or at least my mom, I remember my mom saying that it was a bad idea.
Yeah.
And I was like, Mom.
Mom.
I was like, Mom. But, yeah, so
Yeah.
that happened. And then, we kind of, I guess technically were broken up by our parents. And then, or by my parents, or I don't remember if it was both parents, but I mean,
I don't remember that either. Probably was.
maybe.
I think you did mention.
Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But I mean, I ended up, we ended up talking again, and then
I remember that.
she eventually ended up cheating on me.
Right.
The week
Love that.
The week before Christmas. That was a good Christmas.
Oh.
That I enjoyed that very much.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Very much.
That was.
I can see that being
wonderful.
one of the best Christmases ever.
That was like, no, maybe it was 2 weeks. It was like December 11th or something.
Oh,
It was like
okay.
that was fun.
It was close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay, so
But, yeah, that was a time.
I want to answer this question because we're at like an hour 30 right now. You know what I'm saying? We can keep on going. You know what I'm
Do you
saying?
want to make a part 2?
There is a lot of stuff we can.
I think we
Do
need
you,
a
you
part
want
two.
you want to do a part 2, guys?
I want to do a part 2.
Okay. You know what? Actually, I think that's a pretty good idea.
I got you guys.
We'll break it out in the hour 30. That's a lot of information. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of talking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it
You
was
guys
definitely
have
a good
heard us,
conversation.
ramble for long enough. I think.
Yeah.
At least for now.
For now, yeah. You're about to hear us ramble again.
Right.
Probably next week or wherever,
Yeah.
whatever you're listening to this or watching this on YouTube.
On YouTube,
Yes,
follow our
which,
YouTube. We haven't made it yet, but
Well, yeah, during this time. But
That's
once
my
we get
job.
once we get the videos up, though, we'll have obviously the YouTube channel and all
Mhm.
that. So
stay tuned for that. Go follow
stay
the Twitter.
tuned. We'll
as
have
usual.
it linked. We'll have it linked up on you know what I'm saying? We'll have it linked up on our like social media.
Yeah.
It's also probably
gonna-
maybe Average Joe's PC or Average JPC or something. I don't know.
Something like that. I'll try to set up a link tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys know what that is. I'll try
Or
to.
maybe we could just put it in the podcast.
I'll try to.
Description. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll try to
Yeah.
set up a link tree on our Instagram and our Twitter,
Right.
so you guys will know
Average
where you
JPC.
can get to all of our links and whatnot.
Right.
Mhm.
So I'll put everything in there. But I think
Yeah.
that wraps it up, right?
Yep.
Yeah, just again, hey, listen, if y'all don't know, here, I'm just gonna show you it. You're gonna just so that you know, you have no excuses at this point. If you like us, right, and you like our content, and you like what you've been hearing for the past 2 hours,
I'm begging for followers.
listen.
Yeah. He's holding the phone up to the camera.
It's gonna be backwards, right?
No.
Oh, okay, good.
I can flip it around.
You have no reason. You got this.
Please follow.
Open up your Twitter, please, and just take a moment. Here, I'll lead you in that moment.
Here, let
Here,
me see
here.
it.
Yeah. We'll lead you into this moment, okay? This is a really precious moment.
AVE
Listen.
GE
G-
Joe's
G-
_PC.
And now listen, here's
Average
here's
Joe's
what you're gonna do.
underscore
Here's
PC.
what you can do, right? Because we're gonna respect you. We respect you, right? And we don't want to force you into anything.
Yeah, we do.
Shh, we're not supposed to say that. Oh my
Okay.
gosh. But basically just go into your home screen. Find that Twitter application on your phone.
Or
It has a
open it
little
up
button.
in Safari.
Or open up a Safari.
That's an
I don't
option.
care. Like any way. Like any way you do it. It's,
Anyway.
just choose. Just choose. And then at that point, just type in Average Joe's _PC. Okay? And you're going to find 3 beautifully crafted stick figures in a circle.
That is exactly
That's
what
exactly
you will
what our
find.
profile.
That is what
That
you'll
is
find.
exactly what you're going to find. And you're going to be able to see all of our few tweets that we got.
We've got 3, guys. We got at least 3, I think.
Let's see.
Uh,
Let's see. Yeah. Actually, we got 3.
Yeah, we got 3. All right.
Hey, we
Well,
got 3. Come on, guys. One purpose.
Look.
Yeah.
You want to be our 5th follower.
You just want to support
wouldn't
us
that
because
make it our 4th if we already have 3.
we have 4.
We've got 4 now.
We got 4.
Oh,
Yes,
4.
sir.
We're-
Come on.
we're
Woo.
climbing.
We're
We're
balling.
climbing.
We're balling. Come on, guys. Hey, but listen, guys. We would just appreciate the support.
Yeah.
We really were just doing that for jokes. We're not really desperate.
We are.
I'll be
We're not supposed to say that, man. Dang it.
Since I'm the one editing the videos, I'll be posting a few clips up on Twitter and Instagram just to give you a little taste of what's coming up.
Yeah.
So stay
what's
tuned
up.
for those.
Yeah, stay tuned. We're gonna be putting all of our like stuff and stuff You know what I'm saying?
I already told them about the
well,
link tree.
that's why I just stopped mid-sentence, man.
All right.
I did. Well, this has been a wonderful episode. I hope y'all enjoyed, and I will see you guys. Well, we will see you guys
Let's get a
in
cheers.
the next episode. Cheers, everyone.
I think I'm out.
All right, well, drink here.